Hey, Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Man. We are reading from our daily bread in Proverbs, chapter 13, verses 12. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. We all know the sting of being heartsick. Loss, unrequited love, unfulfilled expectations, any of these things can lead to the feeling of our heart literally being sick. The passage above tells us that it's actually deferring or putting off, hoping that truly makes our heart sick. God knows the pain we experience in this life. He knows how to comfort us if we cling to the hope and turn to God. Despite all that life may throw at us, we are sure to find ourselves filled with joy and peace. So, I like this saying from Proverbs chapter 13, verses 12. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. We often put off our goals, our dreams. We give up on hope. The Lord talks about that a lot in Jeremiah and Ezekiel about giving up on hope in general, giving up on your purpose, giving up on love, relationships, family, just because we don't have that hope. And the Lord gets angry about that when we just give up. Because he says, do you not have any faith? Do you not believe in God? So anytime that you give up, he is saying that is a hope deferred that maketh the heart sick. When you give up on God's word, his promises, or anything, you give up on health, anything that you give up on, the Lord is saying that you'll be sick. A lot of the times, if you pay attention in your life, different things will happen when you basically despise God's gift. So if the Lord told you to plant a garden, sometimes how God talked to us is you'll hear it plain. You might get certain pieces of a conversation and then it'll all come together. Sometimes you can get like confirmation through other people. You just have to pay attention to the signs and wonders. And when you get those, if you ignore them, like say you were seeing a garden online, you thought about a garden, somebody was talking about a garden, then you end up reading the word for that day and it was talking about the garden. And then all of these clues begin to come together into a sentence of, hey, you need to plant a garden. And say you ignore that, then that is when the Lord is upset because he's asking you to do something. You don't have the hope that you'll do it. You don't have that faith. And when you don't have the hope or faith in something that the Lord asks you to do, then that's basically, a slap in his face saying, hey, I don't trust you that this can be done. So he is saying that hope deferred maketh the heart sick. And we do suffer in a lot of areas in our life if we continue to ignore God and don't do what he asks to do. If he's asking you to get out of a relationship and you're not leaving and you're staying, that relationship could get worse. It can become dangerous. So, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. When you finally, because the Lord doesn't force us to do anything, and he'll just wait and wait. And then, if we end up waiting too long, then we will have other consequences for that. But when you seek that entrance, when you seek that desire to say, you know what, let me look into this God person. Let me look into God, see who he is, what it is, what can he do for me? How can he help me? When you seek that desire, it is a tree of life. You begin to feel healthier, brighter. You get ideas, you get comfort, you get all of God's peace in his presence. So I always encourage to never give up. It is difficult. There is a lot of things going on in our world, but we are to focus on the things above and not below. Easier said than lived, but it does help. So at some point of our lives, the more and more we have this desire to know God, to trust him, have hope in what he's saying, be faithful in what he's saying, or the promises that's been spoken over our lives, then it comes forth like the tree of life. This person in their testimony was saying that we all know the sting of being heartbroken. We all have some type of experience with being heartbroken, being sad. not feeling love, not feeling like we're fulfilling expectations because I didn't have enough time to finish that project in a day. Any of these things that we go through in life can lead us to feel like we are sick. It can make us feel like we're heartbroken, like nobody's there for us, nobody loves us. But they're saying that the passage above tells us that it's actually deferring or putting off hope that makes our heart sick. So the reason that we get sick is because we put off hope. We put off faith. We put off the work. So you're hearing the Lord tell you to plant this garden. You don't know that this is about to change your life, but you keep putting it off. Oh, I'll wait till next year. Oh, I'll wait, 10 years. Oh, I'll wait until I'm married. I'll wait until I have a kid, or I'll wait till I finish school. Or I'll wait to do this. When you're waiting to do things and you have the information about doing them, then you're really just putting them off. You're really just deferring them off. And that is what make you sick. So that is what the person is saying in their testimony. They said, God knows the pain we experience in this life. He knows how to comfort us if we cling to hope and turn to God. Despite all the things that life throw at us, we will be filled with joy and peace. So the longer that you put things off, you will get sick. You'll get sick in different areas in your life. It can be physical, it can be mental, it can be financial wise. It could just be anything that is going on in life. It could be that because we're putting off, we're not clinging to God, we're not asking Him, we're doing the wrong thing, we're probably working the wrong job, probably have the faith, but not doing the right work. So anytime that you put off something that God asks you to do, then there's a possibility that your heart can get sick. But when you cling to God and you ask God, He's going to comfort you. You're going to get hope, peace, and joy. And that desire will come forth as a tree of life. So Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Men, when you get time today, I encourage you to read Proverbs chapter 13, verses 12. God bless you and have a fantastic weekend.